going to be guns bought up. Here's the execution. Rigon does not finish out the round alive, but he certainly starts the round the way he has this entire game. 2 kills for him. It's all on Norway to keep this one alive. And the Flames in front of him knows the situation well. They'll cross toward the site and plant the bomb, making it even more problematic. Synopsy closes in. The Bad News Eagles in an absolutely dominant fashion on Mirage.
Time for the Eagles to rise once again, and we know how much hype they can bring to the server. But now Machu may be tougher skies for them to be flying through, because 00nation are their first opponents up on the docket, and we all know what that means. Another Brazilian team in front of this beautiful crowd. The pressure is certainly on for BNE.
The pressure absolutely is on, but I think as a team, BNE are such knit-tight. They're such a unit. They're so strong together.
Yeah.
I think they might have the shoulders needed to sustain that pressure, to sustain the crowd, because you could see it on this footages, right? The way they experience the game. They might be the most Brazilian, non-Brazilian team out there. I feel like they have this vibe to it, right? They just go in this together. They shout around. That's their way of playing Counter-Strike. And I think it's all they need. I think they need to be soldiers together, and that's what they've shown.
Vamos, 00nation,
yeah,
vamos,
absolutely. And I think that like they have shown this kind of like a brotherhood kind of thing in the team,
absolutely.
right? And not only that, but I was even thinking that, you know, if they're not playing against a Brazilian team right now, I think those are the guys that, you know, the crowd is going to love them. Just because of the passion they put into the game, you know, the energy they have.
Gustavito,
I think,
arriba ese like, arriba ese like, loco.
They're kind of like Brazilians, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, it truly
Ahora
is a
sí
pack
puse las
mentality
alertas
for
para que se
BNE
vean.
coming
Disculpame
forward.
que
But for the
antes no.
side of 00nation,
Hola,
I think what is so special about this team is the fact that we have Taco and Coldzera, huge veterans of the Brazilian
Vamos,
scene,
try, vamos,
taking to
try.
the stage today.
Quiero con todo
I
hoy.
think that the symbolic of that team is beautiful. It's the past reaching out and holding the hand of the future. That's what's happening. It's players who've been and still are legends of the games, taking on new prospect, mentoring, tutoring for the future. It's the likes of Taco, Coldzera, of course. Coldzera, arguably the greatest player Brazil's ever had in Counter-Strike. But now having to transition into a new role, he isn't the absolute lights-out, super hard carry that we've all loved to see. Now he's got players around him that he needs to mentor, and I think he's been doing great with this 00nation, and that's why I'm excited about this project.
Yeah, for sure. I think that people also I think some people undervalue a little bit the value like of Cold to this team, you know, because as you said, he changed his roles completely to make sure that, you know, the younger players get to play completely in their comfortable zone. So for him to do that, you know, it shows how much he wants to win, how much he wants to create a successful project, right? And also one thing that I would highlight is just Taco, right? Like we can't forget
Bueno,
the fact
gente, el
that
que no vio,
Taco has
9Z
been
perdió
developing as an IGL,
16-6
right? It's not
el
something
primer
that he was
match.
comfortable
Y
with
ahora le
at the
estamos haciendo el
beginning.
aguante
And he always
a
had Fallen
00nation.
as a leader for his teams, you know, who probably helped a lot. And just the fact that Taco is able to, you know, lead this team and do everything is just incredible. Yeah.
Well, you speak of Taco. Let's get some words from him, courtesy of Banks, head of the series.
I got 00nation's in-game leader Taco with me here. He's got a big
9Z
smile
creo
on
que
his
está
face.
definir todavía.
We're in your home
Ahí te
country.
digo, Axel.
It's a special
Vamos.
major, but I want to start by asking,
A ver
with some
qué
of the
dice
younger
Taco, a ver
players
qué
on your
dice Taco.
team, how are they feeling coming into this? Because you and Cold know what it's like.
They are feeling great. Everyone's feeling great, actually. We've been working with also psychologists since the start of the month. Nice. I mean, last month. And he's doing an amazing job with the entire team. So everyone is really calm and relaxed to just enjoy the moment. That's what we want. We want to enjoy the moment and play some good Counter-Strike.
And in terms of the game you've got
Tranquilo,
today
quieren
against
disfrutar el
Bad News
momento.
Eagles, would you say they remind you a bit of this Brazilian style? They play so aggressive, so fast-paced?
Yes, they are definitely a team that plays very, very aggressive. But that's something that we are not used to. I would say that they have a play style very similar to Brazilian teams as well. That's actually very accurate. But I mean, they have the strategies and the way of thinking about the game, and I respect that. And it's going to be a very difficult game.
So you say it's going to be a difficult game, but do you feel like you've got a good
Dice
read
que
on it?
tienen un
You've got a
estilo
good game
parecido a
plan
los
to take them
brasileños,
out?
que juega agresivo
Yes,
Bad
we had,
News. La verdad nunca los vi jugar, así que
after the RMR, we played the Blast qualifiers, and then we had some extra time to watch their demos and go over their game and the way they like to play.
No, creo que no está definido todavía cuando juega 9Z otra vez. No está definido, tiene que le toca contra algún perdedor de todos estos. Todavía no se sabe, pero
Well, let's see
salió,
that.
ganó
Taco, thank you very much,
16-6
bro.
Mouse.
One thing is for certain, this is going to be an absolute brawl coming into the arena. We can see the mapping and bands rolling on down the bottom of the screen. Obviously, the best of one coming into things. We've spoken about kind of the veteran side of
los paquetes
00nation.
souvenirs
Any of the newcomers
se
that you
compran
want
ahora.
to
Se compran, Jorge. ¿Qué colecciones pienso le saldrán? Andás a ver, porque ya metieron todos los mapas. Capaz que sacan nuevas colecciones, pero random, no de mapas. Gana Bad New Eagles. Ojalá que gane 00nation. No me parece un mal team 00nation. No vi jugar a Bad New Eagles, pero si clasificó en Europa, no tienen que ser petes. Claramente. ¿Qué haces con un polo de Imperial? Papá, Imperial, viejo. Es que me encantaría tener uno de 9Z, pero no se consigue. En Argentina no hay manera de conseguirlo. Y además Imperial, es mi segundo equipo Imperial, 9Z y después Imperial.
Shining all the time while having the experience on Coldzera, Taco, that does help Taco on calling a lot better because he knows that, he's not going to need to do anything crazy and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just impressive.
Do you think the home crowd is going to be treating 00nation slightly differently, maybe a slightly different outcome than what we saw versus 90 earlier?
Bad New Eagles son de Europa.
And more. I think they're going to be 100% with 00nation. Every single kill a 00nation will find, B&E will be screened
Totalmente
out.
amo, Jorge.
I've had the pleasure as a player to be against the crowd. It's not something that I wish for you to be in there. So I hope they got the shoulders, they got the nerves for that one.
Yeah, I think that, we can already hear the crowd is going nuts,
it's insane.
Right?
The game hasn't even started yet, and they're already absolutely chanting their hearts out. I hope they keep their voices quelled, though, because we've got a hell of a lot more Counter-Strike coming up. I just want to ask quickly, Peacemaker, for B&E coming into Vertigo, anything that you're particularly looking at for that particular team?
No, I think that for 00nation, they barely played Vertigo in the past 3 months, right? So they do have the surprise factor in their favor. I don't think Bad News Eagles had too much preparation to rely on, while on the other hand, 00nation probably has a lot to go on. So I think that does give them an advantage. And to be honest, these players usually perform really well on Vertigo, for 00nation. So I'm expecting a really close game and a really fun match.
Well, Vertigo is going to be the map that's coming to fruition between 00nation and Bad News Eagles. CSGOStocks might not be super happy about that one, not being part of the Vertigo gang, but definitely
Arranca,
nothing to be sad about coming into this matchup. It's 00nation taking on B&E. Guys, take it away.
Yeah, the Vertigang's got nothing on the Tuscany cartel, baby. We're going to take it all down. It's coming our way. But yeah, I'll put up with it, all right? Because we've got 2 of the iconics, the legendary Brazilians that have brought this scene so much. Taco and Coldzera in the server in Rio.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's
vamos. Arranca Vértigo.
Let's see what they've got in store for us. Surrounded by some young
00nation de
Brazilians as
TT.
well.
Díganme si está bien el sonido, díganme si está bien todo. No quiero trolearlo.
Things starting off slow, things starting off calculated.
Hagan lo mismo, literalmente. Según las apuestas, es un match recontra parejo.
Later we'll go over and try. We'll work with him toward the ramp.
Vamos.
The one that's tasked with spotting this out immediately.
Una D.
B&E, another team that was quite impressive.
Fíjense cómo los equipos arrancan tranquilos, ¿viste? El primer match de la Major es como que están ahí todos safe.
Games I don't think people would have expected much from them. Obviously, not their first time.
Ahí se tiene que mostrar a full hoy. Sí, va a mostrar ahí. Dale, pendejo.
Yeah, they're making sure they don't miss any details. Here's going to be a little flashbang from Taco just to take the angle away from Juan Flatro. Ooh, a little bit of damage done. He's going to start back away. Here's the footsteps. 00nation now starting to apply a little bit of pressure, but there's a trap set up behind sandbags.
Ay, qué paja esa bala que da.
But GXX has got a better headshot.
Huge kill from GXX because Try was waiting. He pushed
una baja
Juan
ya.
Flatro back. He had the position at scaffolding.
Yep,
As soon as GXX went down, that was when Flatro knew he would have to turn his attention back in that direction. And Juan Flatro's going to catch Taco out. Scenario gets Coldzera. Both of those players gone. It's all on Dumao. That was a really well-timed retake for that scaffold position on the back of GXX's kill. And Bad News Eagles will take the opening round. Good shot by Rigon to confirm it.
Yeah, really well done. Really well done from Bad News Eagles. That is a beautiful sight for day 1 of the Challenger stage. Absolutely magnificent.
Qué lindo es el Major.
We've got it all. Now we just need the Brazilian teams to win. 1-0. And a complete investment for00nation. Tech9's Deagle's utility as well. Famas going to slow things down. Disorganize the hit just a little bit. Lado doesn't want to turn the corner, takes his time with it. Oh man, the covering fire from Tech9's, and Taco's found the opening.
Good shot from Taco. Getting back away as well, running and gunning with the Tech9. The damage is there. Bomb's going to get planted for00nation. They've got a chance to capitalize on this. Smokes could actually let these pistols get so close and so punishing. Taco's going to reload in, but we already saw the Lado's pushed up as well. And I think you're absolutely right. I think they have to back off of this. They haven't got a kill yet. Oh, Synopsis in such a tough position. They jump in. Regon takes away the aggro. That means they can push. Good shot, Taco, but he's only good for one. Try is going to double up on that. Now the advantage. Look at the HP. This is done.00nation going to tie it immediately.
They absolutely will. Another kill for Coldzera to close out the round, and00nation steal round 2. That's a round of utility. A very simple, easy hit to gain space up the stairs.
El mejor major que vi en mi vida hasta ahora parece un partido de fútbol. Así es en Sudamérica, viejo. Podremos no tener la mejor infraestructura, pero la pasión sobra.
Perfectly played. And a good opening from Taco. Look how fired up he is right out of the gate. 1-1.
Imagínense esto en Buenos Aires.
GXX down already. Tries going to find him. Flash and smoke. Didn't matter. He knows the angle. He can hear him coming the whole time. M4 sits on the ledge. Coldzera, AK in hand, is the next to try and challenge this ramp position. Oh, we'd love to get vintage Cold, wouldn't we? Good boost up. Synopsy able to sit back on this. Waiting for a chance. Goes off a bit early, though. Try was already looking. They might go back to it, expecting that eventually they are going to show themselves in this position. And he gets one step ahead of Synopsy the whole time. Scenario's going to push down the back of frags come in because Regon's able to strike, so is one flat true. The timing is everything, and they'll steal it.
No puede ser, no puede ser.
Oh, that is a gun punch. That is a gun punch because00nation, it seemed like they were getting what they wanted. Bad News Eagles just converges at the point of attack, and they swarm. So many bodies.00nation never expected this much resistance. Never expected this amount of players to be taking fight after fight. And a great double kill from Quattro to put him in the advantage. 2-1.
Qué random todo.
Lado looking for a chance. He's going to be aggressive this time, try and get ahead of the chaos that Bad News Eagles started in the last round, as it was complete crossfires in every single position.
Ooh, here we go. They got space. They got space. Oh, no one has any idea. They have no clue but Juan Flatro. Oh, he slid over to the other side, and they didn't realize it equally. That was actually such a dangerous round.
What a good recovery.
I'm surprised Jima actually stopped up. I know he took a couple of crossfired shots or drive-by shots.
Bueno,
Good bomb plant. That'll at least give them the money, but this is an easy retake. I actually expected him to swing CT with the pace that he went in there with.
Juega recién en varios días, sí, no sé si 5 días, porque está en la otra fase. Esta es la fase anterior. Esta es la fase de Challengers, no había en la de Leyendas.
Lost himself a little bit in the play, but the space was there. Yeah, he's just a little bit scared of actually committing that fight at the range with the Tech9 and was overexposed.
And even
to
if
the
you
player
call,
in CT spawn.
Even if you call the player default box, your second man in is going to take that fight if you want to swing. So
yeah,
you're absolutely right. Either way, it's 3-1 now for Bad News Eagles. With the bomb plant coming in, not enough money to go on top of that to complement the buy. So they'll be left on pistols again, 00nation, but it's Eagles.
3-1, Eagles para 00nation.
Try, who holds on to the bomb at this point in time.
3-1, and Bad News Eagles get a chill. They know after converting consecutive rounds, they've got the economic advantage. They know it's got to be back to pistols. Not a close enough round 3 to warrant a buy. Excuse me, not a close enough round 4 to warrant a buy from 00nation. And Regon's going to get aggressive around the smoke. Good chance for over. Does eventually fall, but he's got himself a double kill. And Lado is left in a 1v4.
Try and get some shots on the Deagle.
I believe it's Kyoto here in Brazil.
¡Qué otra! Vale, pa.
Lotto does pick up the M4, but too many players to fire at. Looks down below, and Flatcher's able to swing up high as
Hoy
he
juega
does
contra
so.
G2. Está jodiendo, obvio, está jodiendo, Rodri. Sí, sí. ¿Es buen momento para vender cápsulas de Amber? Para mí no. Están al precio que estaban en el descuento. Para mí se holdean las de Amber. Las de Estocolmo puede ser, si compras.
Built for this game naturally with 00nation being on the stage.
Some of their favorite sons.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the lineup, yeah.
Just after noon here now. In fact, we're 12:25 local time. So more and more people getting to the stadium, and for good reason. Taco holding on underneath the smoke has actually got there quite quickly. I don't know if they'll be fully aware of this.
Clave,
for this quick Molotov on top of the close position, so when Flatcher's going to be forced off of that, has to smoke it.
Ronda clave para emparejar, Bui contra Bui. Si gana 00nation, se queda medio sin plata, Bad New Wheels.
By the Molotov from Taco, especially considering they're at such a deficit in that department in this round. Look at the counter nades. Bad News Eagles want to retake and maintain this position. Flashbang to peek up over the boards and down the stairs. They see nothing, but plenty of bodies here. Scenari, Lord back, Lord himself into a double kill, and Juan Flatcher has a third.
Bueno, 2v3,
Still, though, they
2v3.
managed to get two back. The fact that he got two on that was a good peek, but they've opened up a bit of space for themselves to try and work toward this B site. They're not going to go with pace, though.
Ooh.
No.
Missed Molotov by Cold.
Amor de la puta madre.
Two players on this side. They could have tried to pump the brakes on this. They could have tried to rotate them back over, utilize the ladder even, and go toward middle. But GXX, AWP, no mistake. Try goes down. Coldzera. We're gonna need some vintage Cold right now if he wants to win this one out. I was going to say they have no idea, but GXX on the angle is going to find it. So 5-1 indeed. I think we know which
side the crowd is for. Creo que fue 10-0,
yeah,
una cosa así
I think
llegó.
the crowd is still waiting to have that kind of loyalty and that kind of energy rewarded. Quite yet, a flat opening game with 9Z getting trounced by Gamer
Los
Legion.
europeos están con toda por ahora.
And an early deficit for 00nation now as Bad News Eagles. I mean, this is the style that we all know they love to play in your face. They don't want to give up ground. They're going to come right back at you, not afraid of anything. They play no respect Counter-Strike until you force them to respect you. And at the moment, 00nation have not quite done that yet.
4 tech, una P250, un par de utilidades y salga lo que salga. 00nation es de Brasil y tiene un jugador try que es argentino.
Due to their pedigree, but outside of that, a very inexperienced 3 players along with them.
Eso es verdad, igual. Taco anda muy mal. Taco muy mal anda, posta.
Yeah, Brazil is a region.
No te digo que es un ex jugador, pero casi.
The old stars are fading. It's time for the new blood to step up, and that's been part of the charm of the rise of Furia. Now it's about who's going to follow Furia's footsteps.
Well, and having this, experience of Taco and Cold is going to help fortify some of that future talent. But right now, that doesn't matter. Right now, what matters is getting kills against P&E. Again, they'll get dismantled at mid. This Synopsy finds 2. Good shot from Tryon at range. Unfortunately, they already had too many players inside of the site to swarm on Taco, who couldn't capitalize on that opening pick.
Creo que hayan dejado uno demasiado.
They did arrive, and it's all on Doom out. Tech 9 in hands. And he's going to reposition just to see if he's being flanked, but they'll continue to hold the front of the site. It does have the bomb to work with, but I don't know with 30 seconds he has the goal to try and rotate that back over and hope for an optimistic plan.
No puede hacer mucho tampoco de Mau.
Kill's the name of the game, right? Limit the economic growth. Limit what you can from the money building up behind Bad News Eagles. Unfortunately, they already know his position, so he's not catching anyone off guard. 17 seconds left on the clock. He's going to go down here to the position from Synopsy, who's got the final frag, and it's 6-1.
A ver si empezamos a sacar rondas. Como el mal partido 9Z y 16-6. Arrancamos 14-1, nos metieron 14 rondas de TT. Estaba muy dormido 9Z, jugó desconcentrado y Gamer Legion tenía un buen día. Estaban pegando todo. Pero para mí era ganable el partido. Creo que jugaron, estaban nerviosos, estaban muy nerviosos. Se les notó.
Even the cones had enough of vertigo.
00nation es un proyecto nuevo para que otros jugadores como Try. No sabía esa info, Robert.
For now.
For now.
So a 6-1 scoreline, another slow start on stage for
Yo soy de
South
México, no
Americans.
escuchás la tonada
At least have one already to accumulate, and now they'll be back on the rifles in this particular round.
A ver, la ronda.
Dumau yet to buy. He'll join his teammates with the AK-47 and a decent amount of utility as well. They've got 4 Molotovs and 5 smokes. Top of that, a single nade and a bunch of flashes to work with. They're going to use the first smoke already to try and get toward those B stairs. Scenario's the one up above it. He's going to drop a nade down. That'll do damage onto Coldzera. I spent the entire last 2 weeks studying nade damage, Jason.
Oh yeah, you ready? You're prepared?
No,
I'm
not.
Sí. You had a rough time of it during the road to Rio.
I have no idea how someone didn't edit together.
O sea, son los mejores equipos
it was quite ridiculous.
En Europa están los mejores equipos.
All of Pro League and the road to Rio.
Yeah, it was a tough 6-week stretch for you.
¿Qué onda, papá? ¿Todo tranquilo?
So the boost up for Dumao instead. A lot of commitment toward this B side of the map so far for 00nation.
It's a passive defense here as well. With utility, they should be able to have some space turning around these corners. Scenario's first contact at Generator, making sure they can't close this gap. That's an important kill. He's not actually trying to stop the plant. He's not actually trying to peek too much into the bomb site. He's making sure if they need a retake, they have the avenue for it. Unfortunately, that kill from Taco is going to take that option away from him.
3-4, 3-4. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Los esperamos, los esperamos.
Only took a single tick. Well, single tick, excuse me, single
Dale,
damage
dale,
from that
pendejo.
AK try. Going back around. Regon, who's got more patience?
Mira cómo le grita a la gente, mira cómo le grita a la
There's got to be
gente.
something around here.
Yeah,
He's going to go in and make no
yeah,
mistake
yeah.
on it. GXX fight, meanwhile, though, found Taco. Lotto, not efficient, but does get the kill.
Yeah,
One flat the damage was there. He's able to collect, and now they have the advantage, but they're trying to find Synopsy, who's nowhere
listo.
to be
Ronda para
found.
00nation.
Nowhere even close. He might have...
Yeah, DC.
He did.
No, Z vuelve a jugar hoy a la tarde.
He was at ramp the whole time, so they'll get one on that. The tech wasn't called. I'm just going to look back. There was nothing. Okay, there was a stop called, but I think it was too late in the round. I didn't see any reaction to that, so they'll call a tech. That one's going to stand. 00nation will take their second.
Major de CSGO en Brasil. Qué locura.
Yeah, that's a rough one to swallow, but still a pretty convincing hit from 00nation. At the end of the day, it might not have mattered, but still, you're going to feel like one was stolen from you if you're Bad News Eagles.
It's a tough one to debate, right? It depends on when he arrives.
No se sabe todavía con
I
quién
didn't
juega.
see exactly when he crashed in the round either.
Taco's kill was actually pretty massive toward the AC because that allowed Coldzera to slide up, but Cold missed a shot there. There's no question he was a bit slow on that. Those are things from Coldzera in his prime he would never miss, so he's got to get those figured out because that was a really good taking crossfire setup.
Yeah, he's going to be a big engine for this team to overcome some of the inexperience on his three teammates who haven't been in these situations. That was a rough one to drop. You're exactly
Fanati
right.
clasificó después de 3 Majors. De 2019 que no
He had the
participó.
opening kill in the Tech 9 round number 2. Yeah, 00nation actually won. So Taco's doing a good job on those entries towards the B bomb site. We're going to get a little bit of a delay in the action as everyone's waiting.
Dale, Lautaro, dale. ¿Te sumás al stream?
For the 5th player to rejoin the
Llegas tarde, pelotudo. ¿Qué estuviste haciendo? No me digas que estuviste en clase.
Pretty quickly, I hope he had his headset off. Obviously, was communicating with the admins. Totally allowed for him to communicate and
OHLC ganó Outsiders.
Him or the coach, or you can communicate with the admin what the issue is. You can't obviously communicate amongst yourselves.
No se entiende nada, ¿viste?
And with this much passion in the building, it's going to be so hard for some of these coaches to remain composed during these rounds as well.
Qué lindo en Buenos Aires esto sería. Qué locura que sería.
Have to be silence and to relax. Chill's a good word. I hope that gets lifted at some point in time.
Pero alguno que sepa portugués acá que me traduzca lo que canta.
Position these tech balls is just have to sit there quietly
Ah,
and
mouse
just
ganó, mouse.
experience the energy
Mala
being
mía.
chucked your way. 6-2 lead for Bad News Eagles. If you're just joining us, this is the opening day of the IEM Rio Major. Here on the mainstream, we had Gamer Legion blow out 9Z. In the first game, there was a B streak going on as well.
No, hubo, para mí hubo un problema.
Simultaneous matches here at IEM Rio. Mal's won their opening match against Outsiders as well on the B stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And Outsiders, best of ones, okay, they're not always the strongest in those. I'm not worried for them yet dropping down into that bracket already. I think they'll be fine. They lose the second one and go 0-2, okay, maybe different story, but I think they're
Taco tiene más entradas que la General Paz.
Let's say I am with 9Z being in that bracket, and that's going to be a
Está
lot
hecho
more
cuero,
uncomfortable for them.
25 años tiene, está arruinado.
Second match going on right now in conjunction
la
with this one.
estresante vida de jugar CS profesionalmente.
Gente,
¿qué me dice? ¿Mi sonido está bien? ¿Todo bien? ¿El sonido del stream y mi voz está bien?
Very emotional qualification for them.
Creo que 9Z juega con el que pierda entre Imperial y Vitality. ¿Posta? ¿En serio? exista mucha posibilidad de que se cruce Imperial y Imperial 9Z.
The options there even on mobile nowadays. It just gives you a little pop-up saying click this, and then you can watch them both. It's pretty sweet, the SWAT screaming. You just click back and forth on which one you want the audio from. So, you know, if you want to go round to round, literally, you can just do that.
Beautiful.
Rather than having to alt-tab and mute or switch monitors, whatever the case may be.
Did you do your pick'ems, Matthew?
I have never, ever in my life done a pick'em. Actually, I should say believe it or not.
Dale, viejo, ¿cuánto va a demorar en arrancar?
I did think about it for this event, because I was like, all right, look, I've got time, I can log in, and then I went, you know what? Why start now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, at this point, it's principle of the matter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you say, Jason, I'm the contrarian. Yeah,
you are. You are the eternal contrarian. I was going to work that into the whole thing. Greyhound has obviously been a very popular pick for the 0-3 of the pick'em that OG is going up against, but you know, you're not. You can't throw me a bone as you haven't done it. So
no, I couldn't. Look, I don't know why I haven't. It would be nice to have those coins on my.
That's right. We'll get it for the legend stage. Now I'll sit you down. We'll do it together.
But they need to make it more challenging because it would be too easy for me. I would just, you know.
No entiendo qué pasa.
Is it going to add value to my account that I have diamond status every single time?
True.
You know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
A ver.
Little people have some.
Ahí arranca, dale, viejo, dale.
Then we're talking.
Then we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, exactly.
6-2, back into the action. Tech Pause had a tactical timeout taken from Bad News Eagles. Right out of that, probably the coach saying, calm down, don't worry about it. Juan Flatro is going to continue his tear. A double kill. Second one through smoke, cleaning up the dink. Oh, and he's going to add a third. That is so phenomenal.
Yeah, that is a shutdown. Straight out of the tech timeout after a win from 00nation, looking to finally put 2 rounds in succession together.
Bueno,
Tries,
bien trae, bien pendejo.
1 on 5, though.
Demasiado,
has a bit of smoke. There's going to be a flank coming in naturally with the timing on this. Oh, he's read it. He's read it well. He does the damage, but couldn't quite hit it. We're going down to 3 HP. Hits that. If he's able to jump off the ledge and reset the round slightly, you give him a chance in that.
Yeah, you give him a puncher's chance, wouldn't you? That could have been interesting.
This was so fast, though.
Yeah, what a sequence. And even time to reload and time to get ready for that third fight. Coldzera around the smoke can't get it done. Good double kill here as they line up for him, but a near impossible situation to be in. 7-2, and you're exactly right. A huge win for Bad News Eagles out of the tech issue, out of the timeout as well. Back on track immediately.
Ooh, Taco's just going to go through this. He wants to take advantage of the MAC-10. Flash timing absolutely annihilates him. As he came around the corner, all he could do was pre-fire and hope for the best. Rigon's going to take down Cold, who's been very cold so far to start this game. Only 2 kills so far for him. Same with Dumao, for that matter, and he's going to get removed right now by Synopsy, who equals that total in this round.
Bueno, por ahora un trámite para Bad News.
So many multi-kills for
Synopsy perdió 16-6 contra Gamer Legion en Inferno.
These guys are accurate at the moment, and they are confident.
Did his score? No, I guess it did reset after the rejoin. I say so many multi-kills. He has a 3-kill round, then a 2-kill round, but he only has the 5 kills total, Synopsy.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a reset there on the scoreboard you're looking at. Look at the one on the main screen, Matthew. You're looking at the Go TV. You're looking at our fancy side monitors for the minimap.
All right, hang on. Let me. You surprise? Here we come. Okay,
nope,
now
he's got 5 here
making
too.
Me scroll.
I was
going to say it's 5 and 5. Yeah.
All right, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Try is going to open things up. Good kill on Arigon with the AWP. That's on the other side of the map, away from our vision.
The deaths were correct, right? That was the giveaway, Jason, because he only rejoined last round.
Okay.
And he has 5 deaths.
Nice.
So it had to be correct.
Had to be.
We're not very good at deductive reasoning.
No, we're not.
But that's why we just talk about what's in front of us. It's great.
Exactly.
We're going to go back around.
I'm just trying to throw him a bone. Like, yeah, he'd certainly have over 5 kills.
I thought you were trying to throw me one, to be honest, but I guess it's not all about me. Good anticipation from Bad News Eagles. They put the pressure toward mid again early on, try and combat 00nation.
Vamos a soluciones.
Decision to put 2 here, but that's why one of them has a smoke already at the sandbags.
And if a Molotov goes here, you put it out, and I think one player aggressively
swings. Van a entrar todos por rampa. Parece que quedan 50 segundos.
Now there's only one Molotov. That's on Lotto. We'll see where he puts it. Synopsy is going to get a little bit wider with an off angle. Blinded and back towards sandbags we go.
Yep, here it is. So the smoke's going down. I think you're right. They'll just sit there. Coldzera. He finds the first. Synopsy does try and get aggressive on it, and they are waiting. They are waiting the whole time. Lotto's got one already. Can't follow it to find the second. And it is Dumao, and he has no idea. This is a well-called play, well spotted by you. When Flatcher just sits and allows them to walk into a trap because that bomb down. They've got a pitch from both sides, and he knows he's got to be there. 9-2.
What a great defense. What a great defense from Bad News Eagles. They hold top of the ramp. The main
no quiero ser hater, pero a mí Taco lo tienen que echar porque está en un nivel pésimo. Para mí, sí, para mí sí, Taco está muy mal. Le vi las stats, pero literalmente muy malo, pero exageradamente malo. O sea, muy... siempre fondea. Obvio que tiene experiencia, lo que vos quieras, pero... No, para mí no está a nivel tampoco.
An AK-47 on Coldzera and 4 Deagles to surround it. 00nation having a very rough time on Vertigo T side.
Bueno, va a ser ronda 10 para 00nation. Por ahora Europa cogiéndose a Brasil descaradamente. Sí, hoy se juegan 2 games, Ulises. Sí.
I think they got a lot of people, regardless of who they're fans of, rooting for Bad News Eagles to do some good things at this event as well. And a very compelling story going back to some of the previous performances at the majors, back at the Antwerp, as they burst onto the scene and showing improvement heading into Rio here. 10-2, 8-round lead for Bad News Eagles.
Creo que es a las 5 de la tarde el segundo, me parece. Vamos a estar streamando acá, por supuesto.
Did drop to Spirit 2-0, but remember they also absolutely obliterated Astralis 16-3. And I know, yeah, Astralis aren't here, and for good reason. They didn't deserve to
Vamos, papá, mira el Tony, no.
But that is still a huge scoreline for an underdog in that situation.
O sea, igual vos te acabas de dar cuenta que me das 20 pesos y le das 10 a la FIP, o sea, al gobierno.
Taco again trying to have some influence. Can't find
me puedo comprar el par de jueguitos en Steam, me alcanza.
Kills in the 2 rounds that 00nation have won. His entry kills have provided the 2 victories, the 2 sole victories.
So Taco will call that there's one at mid because he actually saw that bounce off the skybox. So he knows exactly where that Molotov came from.
5, dale, loco, por favor, esta ronda hay que sacarla, viejo, dale.
Bad News Eagles have really been challenging these beast stairs quite frequently, especially when you consider both round wins for 00nation happen at that bomb site. Here's Bad News Eagles just saying, okay, look, if you're going to win 2 rounds here, we're just going to prevent you from ever truly attacking this site.
And the ramp hasn't looked composed. You go back to the last round, sure, they have that sneaky smoke play behind the sandbags, but you also go back to the round where it was pistols, round 4, and they get absolutely caught out. Great dink. That's good information as well. Not only did they hear the damage, but they know there's a player there. So Rigon's got to be a lot more careful in how he chooses to position himself.
Hay que entrar ya, porque empiezan a tirar utilidad. Igual no tiene mucha utilidad.
And a flash from Synopsy to try and activate him in this spot, as they do get closer and closer to the top of the site and the top of the ramp. Flash out, Rigon goes. He's in for 2 with that HP. Bottle finally puts him down. That is a massive play, set all the while. And not only, even if he's gone down, not only does he get the kills, he gets the information, and the rotations are on. GXX is unaware that they are in behind his position, but it won't matter.
Ronda 11 para Bad News.
Dumao, and you're absolutely right. No time to plan. They clean it up 11-2.
Man, Bad News Eagles is playing such a good game. They're not giving any real clean looks to
9Z partida 6-6. Y es que no está mi moderadora, porque si no yo lo hubiera puesto. A ver si hacen timeout lo opinio.
And off the back of this double kill.
Qué buena habilitación que le metieron a Rigo. Vamos, Fede, papá. Gracias por esa membresía, viejo. Muchísimas gracias, posta. Bienvenido. Vas a estar participando por un sorteo semanal de skins de CSGO. Un sorteito por semana hago para los miembros del canal. Bueno, le dieron pausa táctica y sí. Están comiendo tremenda violada.
And rightfully so. Use these up early. 00nation definitely. I mean, Furia, I think, in my opinion, has the best chance of all the Brazilian teams right now. That goes without saying. They've been playing at the top tier for a while. I think Art really brought something dynamic to that team, especially as reinvented himself again within that aggressive sort of style that he has. And they've looked sharp lately. I think at Pro League, sure, they finished 3rd in the group because Liquid was able to beat Cloud9.
Yep.
but I think they actually were the second best team in that group to Cloud9 in a lot of ways. And I genuinely think that they have a great chance of making it through to the playoffs of this entire major. But 00nation has to be one of the two favorites in terms of
nada, todo corrió a gasto de ellos. ¿Posta? Mirá,
obviously,
no tenía esa info, Ramses. Los pibes juegan bien igual. Al menos mostraron buen nivel en RMR. Y ahora también.
Well, speaking of the 00nation boys, they need these last 2 rounds. They need some space to work with. They need some room in the second half to mount a comeback. 2 is not going to be enough. And again, limited by utility, limited by weaponry. 4 Galils, excuse me, on the board.
Del lado TT.
And not really a whole lot of nades to work the map in any kind of realistic fashion. This almost has to be, like, having this much control towards A ramp is phenomenal for them, but this has almost got to be like the execute point with what little nades they have.
Flatcher looking for an angle and a place to get aggressive. He's going to leap to the ladder and work his way down. This could be massive. If he's able to sneak in behind. They're looking for it, though. They've got an inkling. They've got a hunch. And Taco takes out one Flatcher. And this is something we have to talk about. The crowd's not saying anything specific. Just by making noise and creating that level of anticipation, this is normal at LAN, but a lot of the younger players at this major are going to have to catch on quickly as to how to
use verdad eso lo que dice el relator. La gente grita y le avisan algo al equipo. Eso es verdad. No está acostumbrado. Volvió al LAN y es así.
Well, they're going back to the B bomb site. 2 players defending. This is perfect for Bad News Eagles, but a missed shot. Still one more.
Si esta no es ronda, me jubilo. Vale.
Not enough as Lado grabs the angle. Synopsy, they've got money. They can go. I mean, he's going to have to go for this. He's not getting away. 1v3. Dropped by Lado. Third round for 00nation. That might have been. I like the play from Juan Flatro, and he's got a lot of confidence with the way he's been playing. In a 5v5, that might have been a bit early to go for that much of a play.
And again, I know they have great noise cancellation.
Última ronda.
Still
al lado TT. You're going to hear it,
and you're going to hear a slight rumble, and you can immediately tell that they turn backwards. Okay, nothing's happening. We're not pushing anything. So why is the crowd getting hyped? Someone might be pushing us. And it's some of those situations where one Flatcher goes aggressive all the way. Sometimes you want to get aggressive and then stop and wait. And let the crowd be loud and just hold your angle because you've already got yourself somewhat close to the position. But again, this is something that's been common at LAN forever, and it's something that the inexperienced players are going to have to learn very quickly here in Rio. Because remember, this is just the challenger stage and the crowd's already this loud. Wait until we get to the main event.
Vamos, trae, a ver quién ventaja. Si ventaja algo.
Took him a second to really.
Le pegó, qué mala leche. Bien, bien trae, bien pendejo.
Vamos. The kill, try with the trade back into a 4-on-4 we go.
Taco's going to go gather the bomb and group with his teammates to try and make this work, though. More action and aggression from Synopsy. Another double from him. He may not have the most amount of frags. In fact, bottom of the scoreboard for his team. But when he gets one, it seems he always finds a second to complement it. And Taco trying to get aggressive. GXX is limited to just the pistol.
Bien Taco, bien Taco, bien Taco.
You can run back up that ramp all you want, but he finds the off angle above the boxes instead, and it's one Flatro trying to get forward of utility and catch them out if they think they have access to the site. They do not.
He's done it, but Dumao's going to slow play this. I don't think Juan Flatro's going to expect it. Now the timer.
Pero salgan los dos a la vez, los dos a la vez, los dos a la vez.
Good spin and can't find it. Taco, 3 kills in the round, and no more kill than this last one.
30 seconds, he goes for the bomb plant. Sceneri gets inside of the smoke already. He's got both angles covered off. Sceneri has it covered. Indeed, the Shin
más no podía hacer Taco,
bro.
Se bajó a 3.
A 12-3 half.
12-3 primeramente.
And they will diffuse the situation in the crowd as well because they'll go
es una banda, es una banda,
yeah, it's going to be halftime. We're going to take a break. Bad News Eagles in the good first half, 12-3, and we'll return to see the conclusion here on Vertigo.
Bueno, a ver, van a meter un break ahora, ¿no? Un poquito break, ¿me parece? Vamos ahora. Los highlights. Sí. Bueno, gente, aprovecho los highlights para decirle que ahí con el código Cirito con 0 al final en CSGO 500 y CSGO Polygon pueden usar mi código y ganar $medio en skins. Y también voy a estar mostrándole la web que patrocina este directo, esta página CSGOStocks, que está buenísima si querés chequear todos los precios de cualquier cosa del mercado. Por ejemplo, acá tenés una caja, qué sé yo, querés buscar Acá Redline, por ejemplo. Acá 47, una compuesta. Acá 47 Redline. Acá podemos ver la gráfica histórica, por ejemplo, ponemos all, vemos toda la gráfica histórica, la cantidad de vendidos por fecha. En los últimos meses hasta nos dice el horario, en la cantidad de vendidos que hubo, cuánto porcentaje bajó. La verdad, buenísima la página. Podemos ver las cajas que se están dropeando actualmente, que son estas 5 las que están en drop activo, y estas son las que están en las que ya no se dropean o se dropean muy claramente. Y también tenemos algunos análisis sobre pegatinas, sobre inversiones. Por ejemplo, hay un post que es mío, de acá, tirito, que lo hice hace un año prácticamente, hablando sobre invertir en estas 3 armas de colecciones de armas. Bueno, nada. Está en la descripción la página, es muy buena, la verdad. Empieza la Major, el público es súper. Sí, sí, sí. La verdad que muy hypeado todo. Bueno, yo voy a aprovechar para ir al baño, que me tomé ya 1 litro de... No se sabe qué souvenir da las mejores armas. Y mira, tenés, te muestro rápido. Acá lo puedo usar acá, ¿verdad? Ya, acá podemos ver todas las colecciones. Los que tienen paquetes souvenir son estas 4. Fíjate. La verdad que esta acá está buenísima. Para le voy a mutear. Esta está buenísimo. 2 Collection. Estas son las armas souvenir. Pues de Mirage, el AP este está buenardo. Digamos, esto ya queda a gusto de cada uno, ¿no? Luego tenemos lo de Train. Pero no, Train no tiene souvenir. Tenemos Vértigo. Que Vértigo para mí es la más fierita. Yo te digo que me quedo con 2, posiblemente. 2. Bueno. Os dejo con esto mientras voy al baño.
Would be the same without Fallen, Fair, Taco, Cold, and FNX. I think it's really nice to have them for sure. Gonna be cheering for them. I hope they're gonna cheer for us as well, and I hope both can qualify for the legend stage. I think it's gonna be a special event. I think this event's not just for us as players, but for them. We want this so hard in the past, and we could got it now. And I wanna say thanks for everyone, thanks for yourself as well to put this major in Rio. And I just wanna say for the Brazilian fans, for they enjoy and just have the best experience what they can have.
Well, being down 12-3 is probably not the best experience they can, and that's exactly what Coldzera wants. Look, he knows that they are the underdogs in a lot of ways, that they are an inexperienced team, but as he said, don't put pressure on themselves. Yeah. That will apply itself in this situation, but if they stay true to that, there's a chance they can still work through this game in itself and the rest of this challenger stage. Coldzera himself, though, does need to start getting some kills on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is again another situation where the hometown favorites just complete backs against the wall. What a devastating first half to have to go through. Coldzera with the dualies, looking for him. So many bullets, ready for Scenario to come through.
Llego para la pistola.
Opening kill in the pistol round. What more? Taco, good.
Ay, ya se están violando a 00nation.
A lot of pressure being applied by Bad News Eagles. Synopsis got a double, and there goes Taco. And what are you supposed to do if you try?
Queríamos far, pero no.
Okay. Yeah. Give it a try. How about that? He can try all he wants. He's got 2. GXX gets him down.
Muy
But
tocado.
Coldzera steps in, and here we go on the flag. Rigon's going to take him down. And that's going to close out the round 13-3.
Ya se jugó en segunda partida. No, no, no. A las 5 de la tarde. ¿Qué onda, Tomás? Papá, ¿cuándo sale ese LOL?
Again, you mentioned in the first half, Synopsy, whenever you see his name come up on the board, there's another one to
No,
follow.
más
Well,
es
that's what blows me away.
13-3, loco.
And he's the bottom of the
Ojilla de
team.
momento.
Like, when you see his name up there, you'd think he's killing everyone.
Yeah,
because
quality, not quantity.
Dude, it's instant doubles, like, every single time. He's like an untradeable player.
Well,
muy jodido el match de momento.
Makes it real difficult to get back into this.
Hey, look, they and 9Z both are in the same situation, and in some ways that'll be consolation for each of them. Guys, haha, laugh it off. Look, we're at home. We both had a rough start. We can both regroup from this, and they definitely need to look at it that way. GXX with a Molotov forward try.
13-3, probablemente 14-3 porque está complicado. Sí, voy a estar transmitiendo 9Z. Qué lástima. Gente, suscríbanse y activen la campanita para no perderse el segundo partido de 9Z. Y también voy a estar streamando Imperial Vitality a las 3 de la tarde. Así que si no quieren perderse ningún partido de la Major, 1v4 y ronda 14 para Bad New Eagles, lamentablemente.
Wide side with a Mac 10. Taco never expected it.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're in a 4-on-1. Why even go for the plant right now? Let's make sure everything's secure. Let's not lose a single detail. Let's not lose track of a single player. 14-3. Timeout's taken from Donación, but there's no good answer. There's no good decision in this situation.
Tough part is, and I understand what the crowd's trying to do, only be allowed for Donación
timeout,
showing that they're only supporting that team. If I'm against a Brazilian team in this event, silence is the best sound I can hear.
Oh yeah.
So there's
timeout para
00nation with this crowd on when to rally themselves up, when to big up 00nation on stage, and when to try and sort of be bitter and get in the heads of the other team. Because right now, I'm loving this. If I'm Bad News Eagles and I hear nothing, perfect.
I think at this point,
sit down, Brazil. We're in charge right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're Bad News Eagles, you might not even care about the crowd at this point. You're just you're loving the scoreboard. You're just out there like, oh, 14-3. I'm having a great day. And this has been trademark Bad News Eagles. Great individual skill, incredible individual
bueno, de momento total supremacía de los europeos por sobre Brasil y Latinoamérica.
And they have really stumped 00nation.
Synopsy being aggressive again, pre-firing even. He'll take down Taco. He's looked away at the wrong time. Might get caught out here. There's a player to peek. Oh, okay, the smoke side. I thought they were going to actually push through it. I thought they were going to try and counter that off, but it's one flatcher, only good for one over the top. Recon doubles.
Kill para Try, pero bueno, va a ser ronda 15 y match point para 00nation. Son los mismos paquetes souvenir con diferentes stickers, obviamente. Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah, 12 of them, in fact. 12 chances to close this out.
12 match points.
Full of lead in this game.
Sí, sí, viste cómo lo corrió, pero bien villero.
We've got plenty more chances to qualify through, plenty more chances to recover. It's going to have to be a similar conversation with 00nation when all is said and done here. But this one's very rough.
Probably start though from Bad News Eagles though. Synopsy looking for a setup. Support the flash through the roof.
12 match points para Bad News. Se puede terminar ahora esto. Linda flash. Van a correr todo medio. Y parece que GG. Parece que GG esto. Muy complicado. Ya te pasaron side. 4 versus 3. Anda, papu, te saludé. 3 de 3. Complicado. Y GG. 16-3. Cogida impresionante de Bad News sobre 00nation. Por ahora los europeos dominando la escena. Un trámite, Un trámite, la verdad. Una lástima, pero bueno, son los primeros matches, tranquilos todavía. Fíjense, tenemos... Estos son los matches que quedan. Voy a estar streameando a las 3 menos cuarto, Vitality Imperial. Vamos a estar acá, por supuesto, streameando. Me gustaría streamear Club Night Fanatic, pero bueno, no nos da. Y a partir, creo, de las 5 de la tarde ya 9Z va a tener rival. No estoy seguro, pero me dicen que sale de Vitality Imperial, el rival de 9Z. Si hay alguien que me lo pueda confirmar ahí. Ahí está, ahí está. Porque si no me estaba por morir. Pero bueno, gente, los espero. Por favor, suscríbanse, activen la campanita. Usen el código Cirito en CSGOPOLI, en CSGO500, como ven ahí, para obtener $20 en skins. Y los veo 3 menos cuarto, Vitality Imperial, haciéndole el aguante a Imperial, por supuesto. Y más a la tarde va a estar el segundo match de 9Z, así que obvio que lo voy a estar streameando. Les mando un saludito y nos vemos más a la tarde.